What's up? It's Samara Renee, and I'm back for another reset on our weekly series, Building the Best Life After 40. And if you have not heard about my new series, it just started last week, and I'm here to help you build the life that you deserve. So make sure you click that subscribe button so that every Wednesday you'll get a new video in this weekly series from me. Have you ever looked at your life and realized it's not what you've imagined for yourself? Well, I've definitely have been there. And what I've realized is that I've spent a lot of time just hoping and wishing for things to happen and not really being intentional about my life at all. I just kind of fall into situations, and then if it works out, I'm like, okay, well, I guess this is my path. Well, now I'm not doing that. So this whole series is going to be about the lessons that I'm learning, how I plan to live my life with more intention as I move forward. And I just been hearing from like so many different sources that like your 40s are like a great moment in any person's life, and it's like a good decade. And so I really want to make my 40s the best decade. Why am I starting this series? So my main purpose of starting this series is I wanted to live my life bigger than I have. I've spent 40 years of my life just kind of silently working in the background and making myself small and allowing myself to be in situations that are not super healthy for me. And I'm just kind of over it. I really know that my life has purpose and meaning, and that I'm supposed to be doing something much bigger with my life, but I just haven't figured it out yet. So I wanted to create this series just so, number one, that you realize that you're not by yourself, especially if you are in your 40s or whatever age, that if you don't have it quite figured out yet, then that's okay, because we're going to work through this together. And we're going to see, you're going to learn from my lessons, because I feel like that's the best thing that I can do is all my life screw ups. You can learn from, so you don't make the same mistakes. And then the lessons that I learn can definitely help you on your journey. What does building my best life in my 40s mean to me? Well, it means that I'm building a life that I'm being really intentional about, that I'm not just letting life just drag me around and I just fall into situations and then I say, okay, then that's fine with me. I guess I'm going to continue on that path, or I'm just going to accept things because I'm on some type of life timeline that is presented by society that's just not working out for me right now. So I need to create a life that I feel joy and happiness and I'm at peace with. And I have not been feeling that way in my 40s whatsoever, or any point in my life where I have felt like I've had like a arrow focused moment in my life where I feel like I'm heading in the right direction. So right now, and as I am on my last couple of months of being 42 going on 43, I really want to live my life with intention and make decisions and live my life every day with a focus and a focus that is bringing me joy and bringing me absolute happiness. I'm realizing is that like when you're turning 40 and you're going through the 40 decade, it's not about starting over. And so I've been saying that I'm starting over, which I really feel like I am evolving. I think I'm going to start saying evolving, because each decade that you grow up, you learn a little bit of wisdom. And I'm at the point now where I just am tired of dealing with people not treating me right and allowing myself to just not be in the best situations because of how I feel about myself or what I feel like I deserve. This is about building a life, building the relationships that I want in my life with intention, and to move forward in a way that is in alignment with what I feel deep within myself, which I feel that I want to live my life with like a lot of freedom and joy and happiness and just open-heartedness and full of love. And so that's what I'm going to intentionally create for my life. There are 5 areas in my life that I am building. So the first one is my health and wellness. I took a leap. I really worked hard on being as healthy as I could. I realized that once I hit 40 that even before I hit 40, I was really struggling with my weight, and my health means so much to me, and I want to utilize my body and take care of my health. And so I made the jump and the decision that I was having some trouble keeping off the weight. And so I decided to get on Zepbound. And that has just been such a huge help in my life, because I'm resetting my biology and my body and resetting my brain to tell myself that I don't need to eat all the time. But also it's really making me focus on building muscle and maintaining my muscle that I have. So I'm really pushing myself in the gym to lift heavy and to stay strong. And it's also helping me think about longevity. Just because you lose the weight doesn't mean that everything's going to be great afterwards. Like, I'm not just thinking about like looking good for some partner or whatever. I'm looking for longevity, for having the best quality of life as I get older, so that I'm able to just have fun and travel well into my 60s and 70s and do all the things I haven't had a chance to do. How I'm eating, paying more attention to what goes into my body, and realizing that all the decisions that I make affect me down the line. Second one is financial freedom. So I have just been on a long journey of trying to pay off every last debt that I had. I had a small moment where I was like so close to being debt free, and I didn't take care of like my student loans. That's just the main thing that's hanging over my head. And so being really intentional and focused, I set a goal for myself, and I'm like halfway through the year, I'm freaking out that I wanted to get like 3 of my major like student loans paid off and taken care of. And so I'm being super focused on that. Hopefully get everything figured out by the end of the year so I hit that goal. But cleaning up my finances have always been a concern for me, and especially as I move through life as a single woman, that I need to build that security and financial life for myself. And my next one is growing my YouTube channel. I have been at it for a long time, and I am really ready to embrace and grow my channel. I have been really kind of working towards it quietly for the past couple of years, but now I really want to move forward, and I really need to make this another place where I can have a community, where I can be honest, where I can have people in my world that is supportive and encouraging. I am looking forward to growing my subscriber, really helping you guys understand like why I create. I've always really have taken care of documenting my life in some form. Either it's been like recording it on a recorder or writing it down in a journal. I've always just documented, and I did a blog for a long time. So it's the continuation of just kind of documenting my life and sharing lessons that I've learned, that hopefully that I am able to connect with like the right people so that they become part of our supportive and positive community, that we encourage each other. My visions that I want to build a community, a supportive community where we are holding each other accountable and encouraging each other, lifting each other up. So make sure you guys leave me a comment below of what you guys want to see from my channel, and I'll make sure to keep that in mind. And next is strength, not just strength in the gym, which is awesome, and building muscle, but also mental strength and building confidence. So confidence and self-esteem is something that I've always struggled with since I was very young. And so I really want to work on not only building up my confidence again to where I used to be when I was, single for 7 years and I was feeling really good about myself, but just being comfortable in my own skin and being comfortable about my life and where I'm at. So getting my mindset back in check, and not only just my mind, but feeling good about myself and life, and not feeling like I need to have a shield up to protect myself all the time. Keeping promises to myself, that's another one where I hold myself accountable. That's important. That is, digging my heels in, and when I set a goal for myself, or I say I'm going to do something, I need to follow through. I think that's part of the strength of getting stronger with your mindset, is following through on things even when it's hard. The last one is just peace, just having peace in my life and letting go of things that have just kind of always been in the background. And I know that for whatever reason, especially on the weekends, I think, as I'm not worried about like coming into work and stuff, is that I have like feelings and old relationships and things that I've struggled with tend to pop up like early in the morning in my brain and when I wake up. And I have to remind myself, like, that part is over. Nobody cares. No one's thinking about this but you. So just remembering that I need to bring myself a sense of peace and happiness and contentment for my life and where I'm at, and letting go of those past relationships and feelings that I had, because no one is thinking about me. Everyone has moved on to other relationships, and like, I should be doing whatever I need to do to make my life fulfilling and happy. Letting go of all the old baggage and fears that I have and anger, and living my life with a greater sense of peace. What's the lesson of the week? So for me, I think my biggest lesson is that no one can build the life that I want except for me. I spent a lot of my life trying to find someone to build the life that I want, whether that's in a relationship or financially or having a family. And ultimately that hasn't worked out. And when it comes down to it, I think it's realizing that no matter what or who's in my life, it's ultimately up to me to design the life that I want, and working together with God and being able to create a life for myself that no one else could give me except for God. Like, that's super empowering, knowing that I have the control, I have the opportunity to create my life in a way and live my life in a way that is meaningful to me. I would love to know, what are you rebuilding? What are you building in your life right now? Is it finances, health, your career, relationships? Leave a comment below. I would love to hear what you're focusing on and what is your intention of this specific moment in your life as you're building your new life in your 40s. I hope this series helps to remind you that when you're in your 40s, it doesn't mean that like your life is rebuilding. Like, so many people who are older than me say, like, your life is just beginning when you're 40. You're really just coming into yourself. So just know that, you know, you're just getting started. So if you're building a happier, healthier, and more intentional life, make sure you subscribe, leave a comment below, and I cannot wait to hear about what you're working on and how you plan to move forward on building your best life. And make sure you come back every Wednesday so that we can continue to do this together and have my support and hear about all of the things that I'm working on in my life. So make sure you click like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday in the next video.